I love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my rock, in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. Psalm chapter 18, verses 1 and 2. Today is November 11th, and you're listening to the Daily Devotion Podcast from Devotable. Today's devotion is titled, The Lord, My Strength, and was contributed by Catherine Griffin. A dreaded phone call. Nearly 10 months ago, as I was pulling my bed sheets up for the night, my cell phone rang around 10:30 p.m. Caller ID said it was my parents' house, which would have meant it was 11:30 p.m. with an East Coast time change. My heart sank. Why would anyone be calling me from that number so late at night? I could only imagine one reason. And I was right. My dad had battled Parkinson's disease for several years. In the last year of his life, he experienced a drastic decline at the age of 83. Everyday tasks that we take for granted were becoming nearly impossible for him. I had just seen him a few weeks prior to the phone call for Thanksgiving, and while he was doing well, in so many ways I could see that he wasn't. Answering that phone call began a series of events. Dad had gone to the hospital, unresponsive. Best we could tell, it was time for me to quickly pack up and take a flight from Dallas to Atlanta. The most difficult experience. I don't remember much about getting there, but once I was there, it was hands down the most difficult experience of my adult life. After nearly a week on life support, once my family was convinced that it was time to let him go, we did. We scheduled the actual day that we would release him to the Lord. There were moments when I absolutely believed that I was simply not strong enough to go through that ordeal. My husband was not able to be with me, and I missed him terribly. The weight of sitting by my dad, unable to talk to him, and understanding that I most likely would not be able to again this side of heaven seemed unbearable. Finding my strength. I reached out to a dear friend in my helplessness. I cried out to God too, but God also used the prayers and encouraging words of my friends to sustain me. My friend had experienced the loss of 3 children and her husband. She confidently reminded me that the power of prayer had sustained her in ways she never felt possible. The same God was watching over me. I will always remember waking on the day of my dad's death and feeling peace and my strength for the first time since I had come home. Somehow, as I entered the hospital, I didn't feel sick to my stomach anymore. My feet were moving in the direction of incredible dread and sadness, and yet they moved with confidence. I truly experienced a peace that passed my understanding. It was not a magical day. It was not a happy day. However, there was a sense of comfort, strength, and peace that ministered to my soul that day and continues to do so. Prayer. God, my strength, my rock, my refuge, my shield, my stronghold. I pray that you would bring strength today to the reader. Whatever challenge that lays before us, we want to cling to you and experience your strength. Would you sustain our weary hearts and minds and empower us with the boldness to face whatever challenge today holds. Amen. I really appreciate Catherine's vulnerability in this devotion. I know it's got to be difficult reliving her dad's passing, and as it's not even been a year, maybe close to a year, it's still fresh on her mind, and I'm sure she can relive the events just like they were yesterday. So it's got to be a difficult task to write about that and recount all of those events. But I know that this is going to be used to reach somebody who needs to hear it. There are a lot of people around this time of year, as we near the holidays, that have overwhelming feelings of grief and sadness because they've lost loved ones. And I personally can't relate to that because I haven't experienced the loss of a really close relative or family member. But I know Catherine can. And I know there's a lot of Devotable authors that have lost close family members or friends that can sympathize as well. And while I can't necessarily understand what it means to go through losing someone like that, I can encourage you guys. If you're struggling or if you're having problems this time of year with grief or the sadness of losing a close friend or family member, I would love to pray for you guys. I would love to give you some words of encouragement, and I hope that this devotion gives you some words of encouragement and some words to lean into as well. Catherine says here that the same God that gave her friend strength as she experienced the loss of 3 children and her husband, that same God can give you the strength you need to make it through this season. The same God that has helped many people overcome the loss of loved ones, make it through the holiday season and the sadness they feel, is the same God that can help you as well. There is so much power in prayer to sustain us, to lift us up, to help us. And so I would love to do that for you guys. If you need prayer, I would love to pray for you. Get a hold of me somehow. Email us through our website, DM me through any of the social media platforms that we're on. Just get in contact with me and let me know what your prayer request is, and I would love to pray for you specifically, send you a message of prayer, and help you in your time of need. Catherine, thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Thank you for sharing your story with us and letting other people know that they can find strength in prayer and other Christians as they lean into their friends. Thank you for your contributions to Devotable, and I pray that God uses this devotion to help other people around the world through their times of trials and tribulations. I would encourage you guys to go check out Catherine. She's an awesome writer. She's a mom of 3. She teaches, she writes, she strives to encourage people to see themselves through the eyes of God. You can learn more about Catherine on our website at the bottom of today's devotion, or you can see her profile if you go to the devotableapp.com website and check out the About and Contributors section. You'll be able to find her profile and connect with her on any social media links that she has listed there. Thank you so much for joining us for today's daily devotion. My name is Landon, and I am the creator and founder of Devotable. If you're new here, we really appreciate you joining in with us as we read these daily devotions created from various Devotable authors. Devotable is a group project where we have over 100 different authors who write devotional content, and we try to do 3 things. We try to encourage believers daily, we try to reach the lost, and we try to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ as far as we can on as many platforms as we can. If you'd like to learn more about Devotable, I would encourage you guys to head on over to our website, devotableapp.com, where you can read about our mission statement, look up our various authors, and just learn more about what we do. If you're interested in contributing to Devotable, we're always looking to partner with great authors, bloggers, or writers. You can go to devotableapp.com/contribute, and you can learn more about how to contribute or write for Devotable. If you're interested in partnering with or helping Devotable in any other way, you can go to that same website and learn more about how to contribute monetarily with a monthly gift or become a partner with us on Patreon. Each one of our Patreon partners gets special perks and gifts from us, from coupon codes to special access to even copies of our books or journals that we put out. Speaking of, I am super excited about our next project, which is going to be a 26-week prayer, devotional, and journal. But we can't pull that off without your guys' help. We have 26 amazing authors who have written devotions for the project, and we're looking to complete it within the next few months. So if you're interested in getting early copies of that book or becoming a part of that process, I would encourage you guys to head on over to devotableapp.com/contribute to learn more about how to become a Patreon partner with us. If you have found Devotable helpful, if we've blessed you or encouraged you in any way, we would sure love if you would give us a share, like us, throw us a comment, forward our emails on, or any other thing that could help us. That's how we grow, is by people like you sharing our content with their friends and family. We love hearing feedback from you guys, and we love encouraging words. Also, if you've enjoyed this podcast, feel free to give us a review. That's how we gain exposure on the various podcasting platforms, is by getting reviews and likes and ratings. So I hope you guys enjoyed this daily devotional reading, and until next time, have a great day.